Revenue Minister Saab, on closer reading the provision in the new bill, I find that some clauses needs to be redrafted for more clarity and transparency, sir. Sir, we have given notice of the amendment that our party AIMM proposed to move for bringing more clarity in the new bill, sir. First and foremost, sir, we would like an amendment in sub-clause 10 of clause 2 include the definition of land to mean all land irrespective of its uses, including agricultural land, non-agricultural land, abadi or grama kantam or endowment or waqf land, sir. We have also proposed an amendment of sub-clause 1 of clause 3 to the effect that nothing in this act shall apply to land belonging to the state government, central government or endowment or waqf, sir. Sir, another amendment we have given, sir. Sir, me by not stopping and continuing my speech shows that how committed we are towards the people who have sent us here, sir. And these people showing and agitating shows how committed they are for one family. Continue. For one individual. They are agitating for one individual. I have come for my state, sir. I have come for my farmers. I have come for the waqf land. I have come for the BC SCs, sir. Sir, and another amendment to sub-clause 3, which I mentioned, the objective of these 3 amendments is to ensure effective protection of endowments and waqf lands in the state, sir. We also suggest to the government to bring in official amendments to some specific clause of the bill, sir. The record of right is deemed to be prepared under this bill as per the sub-clause 4 of clause 4, sir. This is highly objectionable because the ROR Act 2020 contains thousands of unauthorized entries. Thousands of unauthorized entries, sir. This needs to be corrected, sir. The government's remedy to correct these unauthorized entries before the new act come into force has to be mentioned clearly through an official amendment, I would say, sir. Because, sir, इसमें कितने thousands है, sir. Thousands irregular है, sir. Sir, clause 14 does not specify whether the land tribunals are proposed to be formed at the district level or state level, sir. The bill is not saying that, sir. The composition of the tribunal is also not mentioned in the bill, sir. Sir, an official amendment is needed to bring again clarity on this also, sir. So similarly, clause 16 confers the revision powers of commissioner only and excludes the district collectors and tribunal at district level, sir. Sir, ये बहुत important है, sir. This is very important. Again, sir, where they have excluded the district collectors and the tribunals are at district level, an official amendment is required to bring clarity on this issue also, sir. It's very important issue, sir. Sir, we have suggested that the sub-clause 1 of clause 6 be deleted or modified through an official amendment to take this provision to deal only with pending application for Sada, Bainama and foreclose the option for prospective clearance, sir. This is because, sir, the Sada Bainama regularization has been going on for the last 30 years, sir. And giving further time is not desirable, sir, and it leads to severe complications and open the doors for corruption, I would say, sir. Sir, it has been 30 years that Sada Bainama was regularized, sir. But and Sada Bainama is what, sir? It is just a plain paper. It's just a plain paper. It is not even a notarized paper, sir. When in city of Hyderabad, sir, many houses, many lands are unnotarized, sir. Notarized document को regularize नहीं कर रहे आप, सादा बायनामा को कर रहे. अगर सादा बायनामा को कर रहे तो आप notarized document को भी regularize करिए, मैं आपको बोलूंगा. इससे बहुत बड़ा issue resolve होगा, sir. Sir, going further ahead, the Telangana, the land survey conducted during the Nizam era, sir, nearly a century ago has become an outdated and fragile. The records are no longer reliable due to land fragmentation. It is essential to undertake a revision survey across the entire state, following the model of Bhu Bharati project successfully implemented in Nizamabad district, sir. Again, I remember, sir, I was there in the house when late Rajshekhar Reddy Sahab had started this, sir. I remember him, sir. He was a very courageous man. That's why he took this initiative, sir. So we remember, sir. Sir, and with this, sir, I would like to make one demand, sir. And the demand is that, sir, we need to have a fresh survey of lands of the entire state, sir. That is very important, sir. Without having a new survey, new pictures, new boundaries and new identification, this issue will never resolve, sir. We have to see what was done in Nizamabad, and if I am wrong, I may be corrected, sir, that then in Nizamabad, a committee was constituted and it was headed by today's Chief Secretary, madam, was heading then. So she has all the knowledge. We can ask her to give her suggestions and we can do that, sir. So the previous government announced to conduct a resurvey across the state at an estimate of 600 crores. Unfortunately, this commitment was not fulfilled, leaving the state with outdated and inaccurate land records, sir. The government of India, sir, I think the government also knows that. The government of India provides 100% funding for the modernization and updating of land records under the Digital India Records Modernization Program, DILRMP, sir. The state government should take full advantage of this opportunity to enhance and digitalize the land records and survey system, sir. To address the irregularities in the Dharani portal, I just heard the Honorable Minister Saab saying that a forensic audit of all transactions conducted on the platform will be carried out. For instance, sir, just giving an example, the gap area between Kundakal and Mokira village in Shankarpalli Mandal is one such case. Similar irregularities have been reported in Rangareddy, Medchal, Malkajgiri and other districts also, sir. These discrepancies must be thoroughly investigated to ensure transparency and accountability, sir. Sir, the deficiencies in Dharani, sir, section 4 and again out of 4, sir. The present provision makes the ROR in electronic form in Dharani portal under the 2020 Act as correct when it is read with section 11, sir. With section 11, sir. Sir, it is common knowledge and experience of the public in general that the ROR in electronic form under 2020 Act in Dharani portal is highly defective, sir. Below, I would mention, sir, some important reasons, sir. That the time allowed for LRUP in 2017 was not sufficient, sir. So the time allowed for uniform for big and small mandals due to extreme pressure for higher-ups, the Tehsildar did not even find time to check whether the changes made by VRO in the manual Pani are accordance with the order passed by him or her and whether any other authorized changes are made, sir. There was no supervision at all, sir, in Dharani. No supervision at all by higher authorities to test, check and quality of purification, updation. They were only worried of getting statistics from Tehsildar to send reports to higher up rather than test checking the changes being made, sir. After concluding LRUP on 31/12/2017, the Tehsildars continued to make several changes from 1/1/2018 to 28/10/2020 since 2020 Act came into force in 29/10/2020 in manual Panis, sir. Manual Panis and based on written application filed before then. As per instruction of government, the data in the updated manual Pani for the year 2021 was to be reported to Dharani platform created under the 2020 Act. While doing this very important data entry work also, there were neither any supervision nor sufficient time allowed due to extreme pressure to complete the data porting in Dharani platform. Services of untrained and raw hands were outsourced, due to which there were many number of mistakes in the data portal, sir. Data portal, sir. Sir, as per, in some cases, sir, the data of available in all Panis was ported was ported instead of updated manual PANI 2021, which resulted in porting of data prior to correction and updation, sir. Taking advantage of the Tehsildar's inability to check the correctness of the manual PANI with the concerned file, some unscrupulous elements got their names entered, or probably at the instruction of one family, their names were entered at Pattedars in Dharani, sir, without any authority, without any record. As a result, in several instances, the existing names of Pattedar found replaced with new names which were suggested again by one family. This is what is happening, sir. When affected parties applied to Tehsildar to furnish authority for replacing their names, the stock replies that the record is not available, thus throwing the affected parties into confusion as to where to go and whom to contact, sir. Based on the survey number, serial number wise details, sir, furnished by Endowment, Waqf and Forest Department claiming the lands belong to the departments, those lands have been placed in prohibitory list, sir, without any intimation to the Pattedar on record for such land. In fact, the department was supposed to furnish necessary documents, evidence to Tehsildar and also to the district collectors to show the land belong to them. The Tehsildars too never insisted for submission of such evidence. In fact, the 1971 Act and rules made thereunder, the Tehsildar were duty bound to give notice to Pattedar on record for such land, which they failed to do and unilaterally placed them in prohibitory list, sir. Thousands of applications filed in Dharani portal to such prohibition act, sir, on account of the above and many other reasons, sir. Lakhs of applications are getting filed for redressal for affected person, and there seems to be no end in sight, sir. The number of applications filed ever since the introduction of Dharani portal in November 2020 to the date exceeded to 20 lakhs, sir. 20 lakhs. Isn't a shame to the then government, sir? 20 lakh is a small number. Sad. But still they are not interested. They are protesting for one family member. Sir, in the course of interaction with IT expert by the committee, the experts were of the opinion that there was a scope to gain entry into the database without any ID and PW, sir. Without any ID and PW, and make changes. In fact, there are several allegations that during the period of run-up to the assembly polls, several changes of ownership in respect of valuable government land took place without the knowledge of Tehsildar, RDO, collector, CCLA. It was without these knowledge, but with the knowledge of one family, sir. But with the knowledge of one family, sir. Also the CCLA, sir. Therefore, what Honorable Minister Sahab had said about forensic audit is needed and required, and we welcome this, sir. For all the above reason, lapses which are administrative in nature, it is unfair to make the parties suffer, sir. It is unfair, sir, to make the parties suffer. Sir, Honorable Speaker, sir, as per the provision, sir, a member has a right to table the speech also. But I am not tabling, sir, because I want our people of state to listen to what they did. How much of distress they have caused and how much of loss they have caused. Oh, they are unable to listen. That is why they are going away. Fine. You did the right thing. So, Honorable Speaker, sir, for the above reason, sir, this is the success, sir. I would say the people who come to represent the people, sir, the legislators who have come here to raise the people issues have won, sir, and one family has lost.